Hello, everyone. Today I will introduce a digital mixer. Here is an interface of TRS channel combination. There are 8 channels. Under each channel is equipped with a sensitivity adjustment knob, which is used to adjust the analog input signal level. Here are 9 channels and 10 channels, which are high resistance channels, suitable for musical instrument input signals. The other 2 are stereo sound input channels. Then there are the output interfaces. It is also a 6-way canon interface, and channels 1 to 4 are UX auxiliary output interfaces. These 2 roads are the left and right main outlets. This is a listening interface, and the knob next to it is a volume adjustment that controls this listening interface. This is a network interface that primarily connects to a router and is used to control the connection on the PC side. Here are 2 USBs, an interface that can be used as input or output. Next, I will introduce the buttons on the front panel, as well as a way to use the data wheel and the pusher. The home button is mainly used to return to the main interface, while the menu button is used to navigate to the menu interface. The menu interface module mainly contains DCA grouping, RTA analyzer, effects effect preview interface, noise generator, and scene setting. The following one-click clear function is mainly to close or clear the channel open algorithm, solo monitor, audio channel, gain with one click. Then these are mainly some configuration functions: network configuration, device upgrade, upload files, view device version information, and other functions. Scene button, scene setting button. Press this button. It will navigate to the scene setting interface of our sound mixer, whose function modules include scene loading, scene saving, manual saving and automatic saving. In addition, scene import and export, scene name customization, renaming, new scene, scene deletion. Our digital mixer supports a maximum of 2 preset scenarios. The key on the right-hand side is a 48V open the phantom power supply interface, and then through this can open the corresponding channel phantom power supply. This is a rest button. The screen lights up for a long time, which is a waste of resources. Next came the phone buttons, which are also used to control the listening channels and adjust their volume. This is an AUX overview interface, which is mainly to check which AUX channel outputs the input signal of the current channel. The other key is a lock interface. After entering this interface, the buttons on the left-hand side, the buttons on the right-hand side, and some operations on the screen will be disabled. If we need to adjust the parameters, we can enter the password again to unlock. Next is DCA group. Enter the interface. We can select the corresponding channel. There are input and output channel and effect channel. Can be marshaled into the current DCA marshalling channel. Through DCA marshalling can control the other channels that have been marshaled. This is mute group button. The use method and DCA group use method is much the same. Through other channels into the mute group channel, convenient for the overall mute control. This is the mute button of FX effector, which can be reflected here. When you press the mute button under the effector channel will be shown in orange. Non-FX effects are muted and are shown in red. There are U1, U2 keys below, mainly for gain step adjustment. Press left for attenuation, which is 0.5 dB per step level, and press right for gain, which is also 0.5 dB per step level. The 0 button in the middle restores the parameters to their default state. The 2 arrows below indicate the left or right navigation of the channel. The bottom data will now be suitable for adjusting some algorithms and function parameters under the channel function module. First touch the currently selected function, and when the slider is displayed in orange, function parameters can be repaired through the data wheel. This is our main tweeter, which controls all the channels on the interface, and makes the gain adjustment for the channel parameters. When we select this channel, we can push the pusher to adjust the parameters, or we can touch the corresponding channel on the screen to adjust the gain. And the pusher on the screen is synchronized with the main pusher on the right. To introduce the function of the channel algorithm, first we start from the input channel 1. Here is a preview to show you which algorithms are enabled for the current channel and some parameter adjustments for other channels. The config page displays channel names, as well as the following functions. There is link. Link is mainly adjacent channels to bind. The parameters are adjusted after link. The adjacent channels are consistent. Here is the polarity of the signal. Next is the open button of 48V phantom power supply for the current channel. And here is a channel delay function. Channels can be set inside. Sliders can be pushed. And data width can be used to control. Here is a digital gain slider, which can control the current digital channel and make an adjustment. The main button below is a control switch for the current channel output. We tap it to turn on or off output from the main channel. The keys below are mainly DCA marshalling. The current channel can be marshaled into a DCA group or a mute group. Next comes EQ equalizer, which is divided into 4 sections. There are high and low cut filters, as well as low frequency and high frequency filter. And the following are respectively frequency, gain, bandwidth and other parameters adjustment. There is also an RTA real-time analyzer in the upper right corner. And as the signal comes in, you can see a real-time analysis of the current signal frequency. There is also a parameter reset button in the upper right corner. Each function module will have a reset button. Perform a reset on the current interface parameters. Next up is the compressor, which has an on button. The compressor interface is mainly for threshold setting, ratio setting, and gain setting. Here is the input signal display, output level display, level display. This is a level display of the signal is compressed, and the following is the start time, recovery time. Next door is noise and threshold settings. When the signal is lower than the setting threshold, the noise of the door began to enter the working state. At this time we can set it a compression ratio. When the signal is lower than the threshold, the noise of the door will be set according to the ratio to attenuation of signal. Then the hold time we can set according to the use of the time. Finally, there is a startup time and a recovery time. Next is the AUX channel. You can send a signal of the current input channel to the AUX auxiliary channel of 1 to 4 channels for output. You can choose after that. The signal before the push is not controlled by the channel push, and the signal after the push is controlled by the channel push. And you can set the signal to be processed by the algorithm or not processed by the algorithm. Next comes the effector channel, where we can send the current channel for compilation. And then we have this channel over here, which is the high resistance channel. They all have corresponding algorithms and functions. Stereo channel. This is the interface for recording playback. Audio files can be uploaded through the web page. Click here to view and play. Click select, then click play button. The level can be seen here. You can choose to stop or pause. The following are mainly stop button, previous, next and play buttons. The following is an external USB mobile hard disk to store audio files, which can be displayed in the current interface and played after selection. Next is the file display of the recording, after channel signal recording is enabled. The system automatically generates the name of the audio file and displays it in the record interface. After recording, we tap the interface file to play, or enter the IP address in the browser to download the file. Next to this button is the play mode option toggle, random, list loop, etc. Next comes the volume adjustment of the player, which we do by pushing the slider. Next up is the FX effector channel, which contains 4 main categories of effector algorithms. There is echo, chorus, tone change, reverb. The current is monophonic echo. You can adjust its echo ratio, percentage and other parameters through the slider. This is the chorus. The chorus effector algorithm can be adjusted as required by these sliders. This is tone change. You can from the following 2 options: the sound to tone change, sound change. Next comes reverb, which can be compiled according to your needs and scenarios. These are the 4 main effector algorithms. Next, the main output channel and AUX auxiliary output channel are introduced. First of all, there are channel name display. channel delay device and signal sending control under the config module. There are DCA group and mute group. This not detailed. Also introduced in front. Switch to this side. There is a PEQ parametric equalizer, and the following parameter settings are basically the same as the input equalizer. By pushing the slider, the frequency is adjusted. The next interface is the 31-segment jack graphic equalizer, which reduces all gains by pushing the slider for different band gains. Next up is the pressure limiter. Switch button to control it on and off. There is a mode switch of compressor and limiter. Here is the limiter module. Switch once again is the interface of compressor. This is the feedback suppression algorithm. Respectively, semi-automatic dynamic mode and automatic mode can be configured according to the real-time use of the situation. Its role is to effectively suppress the noise between the microphone and the speaker. Next comes the DCA marshalling channel interface, where we can choose to marshalling the following channels for control. Here is the real-time display of all channel signal levels.